When you first enter St. Peter's Basilica, you see immediately what you see in a lot of the photographs on the internet, stuff like that. You actually see beams of light coming through the windows of the basilica, of the dome. And it's pretty neat. The dome is 153 meters tall, and that's really, really, really tall. The first thing you see when you turn to the right side is probably what I think is the most beautiful sculpture in the world. It's Michelangelo's La Pieta sculpture, and it's of Mary, the mother of Jesus, holding his body after he had been crucified. It's absolutely amazing. We couldn't get super close to it because it's behind glass, but Michelangelo did it when he was only 22 years old, and finished it when he was 25 out of one piece of marble. And it's the only statue that he ever signed with his own hand. And the reason he did it is because he came once and watched the people looking at his statue and commenting that they thought it was all these other artists. And so he got upset, and he wrote, Michelangelo fecit, which just means Michelangelo did it. This is looking up at the dome from underneath. You can actually climb up the stairs to go up at the top of the dome. There's 616 steps, and 313 of them. Well, I think the elevator can bring you up the first 300, and then you have to do the last 315 or so yourself. So that's what I did. I went up the elevator, and then I climbed up the steps after that. And as you get closer and closer to the top, the dome is leaning in further and further. So as you walk, you have to lean your body into that direction, and it's pretty tiring. Not a whole lot of people were doing it, but it was definitely worth it. Here's another picture from underneath the dome to show the beam of light coming down. Very beautiful. This is a picture of one of the popes. I think this might be Pope Innocente. I'm not sure. I don't think this is Innocenti. I think Innocenti is faced the other way. But this is actually his real body, and it's covered with like silver or something. But it's really him underneath his clothes and stuff like that. There's another pope is interred in the same in the basilica. This is just me facing the back, or I guess the front, the nave of the basilica. This is another picture going up the steps towards the... well, I guess this is actually a picture going down afterwards, but same idea. This is me outside the basilica from the very top, with the basilica behind me. This is... all those statues that you can see up at the very top of the basilica, right underneath the dome, of all the apostles. And I'm taking this picture. The guy to the right here is San Mateo, Saint Matthew, and then further down the line to my right, where out of the picture is Saint Peter. There's the other pope. I guess this is Pope Innocenti. I'm not sure, though. This is from the very top of the dome, looking down onto St. Peter's Square. That's the Egyptian obelisk that was brought from Egypt and erected in the middle of St. Peter's Square. It's interesting that the center of the Roman Catholic Church has a pagan obelisk in the very middle of their square. They've put a cross at the top of it, and it was put there. The obelisk was erected here in this square in 56 AD, and a cross was put on top of it, and supposedly the cross on the top of the obelisk actually contains a fragment. I don't know how big of a fragment of the what is called the true cross, which is what they refer to as the actual cross that Jesus Christ was crucified and died on in Jerusalem. This is me facing out of St. Peter's Square in front of the Basilica. There's two fountains, one to the right, one to the left of the Basilica in the square. I mean, to the left and the right of the obelisk in the square. That's the picture of, I believe that would be St. Peter, but I'm not 100% sure. That's the one that's to the left when you're looking straight on towards the Basilica. That's another picture. I tried to get a picture so James could have his picture. He asked me to get a picture of me. Oh, you can see down by my right shoulder there. Those are the same statues that the pictures are of in the previous picture. So if you look, that statue and these statues are the same statues that you see over my shoulder in this picture. So you can see that they look very small, and they look really small when you're down in the square too, but they're actually humongous. It gives you a sense of the size of this place. There's another picture I had somebody take trying to get the picture that James wanted of the Basilica. It was a lot harder than I thought, than James had seemed to make it seem like I would, to be able to get a picture up there. There was just a lot of metal bars and stuff, so it was hard to get a clear shot. You can't see this picture too well, but it's actually really neat. It's a picture looking down onto the bell on the top of the Basilica. So I'm standing on the Basilica right now, looking down onto this bell mechanism, and I have a video that I took where you can actually hear the bells sounding. I think it must have been 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or something. And this is just a big picture looking down onto the Basilica. Onto St. Peter's Square. And this is another picture. I was constantly trying to get myself a picture for James of me standing in front of the obelisk, but I'm not sure where exactly the picture that he was thinking would have been taken. So, sorry, James, if I didn't quite get it right. I tried. And that's the last picture. That's just a picture I took of the obelisk looking up at that. I guess it's a bronze cross up there. I'm not sure where in that little thing at the top there is the fragment that they say is part of the true cross. I'm really curious. When I first saw it, I got huge goosebumps, and I just started thanking Jesus. And I don't know, whether there is a piece of Jesus's cross up there or not, but just the thought that I could have been standing that close to a piece of the cross that my Lord was crucified on was pretty humbling, and I got goosebumps all over both my arms and all down my back. So that kind of made me wonder if God was kind of acknowledging, or at least acknowledging my faith. I guess either one, I'm fine either way. But I thank God for taking me to this place today, and there was a lot of very strange things about it, and a lot of it God didn't seem to be too present, just because there's so much pagan stuff going on there, and there's just so much stuff on top of the ornate, everything that's so ornate that it's hard to find God in all of it. But of course, He was there. All right, bye.